Alright, working on the Blazer again. I'm going to give it a nice good sanding, one final sanding before I get primer on there and before I pressure wash it. As you can tell, I already sanded it. That was just with like an electric sander. So hopefully this goes a lot faster with the pneumatic air sander. And I started a little bit in the back using 220 grit, and it was probably a little too much for the pneumatic air sander. Taking off more than I really want to get down to bare metal. I'm not really trying to go that far. So I'm just trying to scuff it up, get all that old paint off, but still keep a good base layer of all the other paint or the original paint once so I can prime. Alright, change of plans. I got the electric sander out. The pneumatic one wasn't working as well as I thought it would be. It's too powerful, and it's just not doing too good. So this is going to take longer, but it's going to have a little better finish, which I'm fine with. So, alright, here we go. Got the Blazer fully sanded. About to pressure wash it real quick. Try to get it to underneath as well. Pressure wash it very well. So I gotta try and beat the rain. But fully sanded, wire brush some things as well. So now it's time to wash it off, and hopefully it's good to go pretty much for painting in about 2 weeks or so, after everything dries and whatnot. So that's my plan. Pressure wash real quick, do a nice good job, and move on. Alright, got the Blazer fully pressure washed now. Even did the inside, the underneath as well. Starting to rain, so I'm gonna bring it in a little bit so it can actually dry. Yeah, all uphill from here. Well, after I fix all the metal and stuff like that, then it's all uphill. Once I get it primed, I feel like everything is uphill after that. You know, that's when it's gonna start getting fun. Start to see a lot of changes. So pretty excited. Slowly but surely, and moving right along. So pretty happy. All right, it's the next day. Last night I pulled the Blazer in, wiped it all down, dried it, blew it off a few times, dried it again, blew it off again, just so it was fully dry overnight. That way, you know, no little rust or anything like that can form from getting it wet, obviously. So it's the next day, like I said. Got the Blazer out. I already went over it again today with a little finer grit than I did yesterday, and then I just blew it off with my air compressor, just get all the dust and whatnot off from sanding it already. And now I'm going back over it again with 600 grit, and then I'm gonna blow it off and just give it a wipe down. I'm not gonna soak it like I did yesterday. Just give it a quick wipe down with a wet towel or something like that, you know, just a damp towel to get all the dust and stuff off of it. So that's my plan today, and this is how it's going so far with 600. Got a little better transition with the paint. Alright, went over it with 600 twice. $600 definitely helped with the previous Bondo that was there. Definitely made that transition a little better and flattened it out more. It was kind of bumpy. So yeah, this is all super smooth. You don't really feel a transition at all. So yeah, I went over it with 600 twice, and then I forgot to do the dash yesterday because I've been painting the interior as well. I did the roof and everything on the inside and the pillars and everything like that. Just forgot to do the dash. So I'm going to do the dash real quick and blow it off and wipe it down. And then hopefully we're good with sanding. You know, obviously I want to sand as much as possible now. That way before I put the primer on, I sand as much as possible. That way once the primer's on, you don't really see any transitions from the old paint to the new paint or whatever. From the original paint to the second paint before I put my paint on it, you know. You want that as smooth as possible. It's easier to sand it now, I feel like, than as if you were to put the primer on and then sand it. I just feel like it's less primer you're using, and less time you have to go priming, sanding, sanding, stuff like that, you know. Just make it smooth right now as possible, put a primer coat on it and see how it looks, and obviously sand and see how that works out. So, yep, I'm gonna clean it off. I'm gonna do the dash, sand the dash, and clean it off and see how it goes. Alright, so the dash was actually never painted, the second paint coat, so this is the original color of the dash. And that was the same color of the truck, or the Blazer before it was got its second paint job. But this is after I sanded, obviously. Alright, I'm all done with sanding. Did the dash as well, finished that. Cleaned it off, blew it off, wiped it all down. I got the Blazer running right now. I pulled it out more of the garage. I'm going to give you a walk around of the Blazer running and just check it all out, I guess.